Welcome. This is the history of Minecraft, the series where we delve into the evolution of one of the most iconic games ever created in the best way possible. If you're under 25, it's almost certain you've encountered this game in some form or another. A 3D sandbox adventure where every element of the world is crafted from blocks has captivated millions since its inception. With its diverse gameplay, Minecraft offers a world of possibilities. Players can construct elaborate structures, engage in combat for survival, and explore three distinct dimensions. In essence, it's a game where creativity and adventure know no bounds. And thanks to the incredible variety of mods, the possibilities stretch even further beyond the base game, opening up endless new adventures. But have you ever wondered about the journey Minecraft has taken to become what it is today? How did it all begin? If that thought has crossed your mind, you're in the right place. Get ready to uncover the complete story behind Minecraft's rise from a humble indie project to one of the greatest games ever made. Today's subject is the earliest era of Minecraft, known as Pre-Classic. Pre-Classic, retroactively named 0.0.1a, is the name given to the prototype versions of Minecraft developed before Classic. It was the very first development phase of the game, lasting for less than a week. It started around May 10 or May 11 and ended on May 16, 2009. There are 11 versions known, and we'll go to each one of them. RD131648 is the first unreleased version of Minecraft Pre-Classic, then known as Cave Game, created on May 13, 2009 at 1648 UTC. This version was never released to the public, and there isn't any footage either. Despite the fact that the development of Minecraft began some time before this version, older testimonies are not considered separate versions, as they were extremely unstable and, in fact, unplayable. RD131655 is the second unreleased Pre-Classic version officially known as Cave Game Tech Test or Cave Game Tech Demo. It was made on May 13, 2009 at 1655 UTC. This version was never released, but was recorded by Notch from around 17 UTC and uploaded at 1736. It is the earliest known version of Minecraft, or what was then known as Cave Game, to have been recorded. Development of this version started around May 12 at the latest, and continued up to May 13, 2009. The features present in this build were showcased in the Cave Game Tech Test video from that day. Now let's break it down. A 256 by 64 by 256 map will take around 20 seconds to generate, with chunks loading based on proximity to the player. The game divided the world into 16 by 16 block sections called chunks, which take about 100 milliseconds to generate each. Initially, chunks were 8 by 8 blocks, but this reduced performance, leading to the switch to 16 by 16 chunks. As you can see, only 3 blocks existed. Air, an invisible block defining empty space where other blocks could exist. It wasn't listed as a block at the time. Grass block. This natural block covers the surface of the overworld. It only generated on fully lit tiles, with higher chance of appearing at higher Y levels. Grass appeared only on the top 7 layers of the map. Stone. Found underground, this texture will eventually be repurposed as cobblestone. Interestingly, the textures for both grass and stone came from Notch's earlier unreleased strategy sandbox game, Robidang. Not much else is known about the game, other that it was influenced by Dwarf Fortress, and that it was cancelled early in development before being released. Only a few screenshots exist, like the ones you see right now. Back to Minecraft, the player had no visible character model, and their height was 1.72 blocks. It was possible for players to fall off the edge of the world, but it wouldn't result in death. In this case, respawning was implemented by pressing R, which would teleport the player back to their world. Basic caves would form, creating early ravines that extend to just above the bottom layer of cobblestone. The lighting engine was rudimentary, featuring only 2 light levels, bright and dark. Sunlight, as a game mechanic, came from the top of the map and passed through transparent blocks to illuminate the ones below, regardless of the distance. Blocks that do not receive light are in a dim shadow that remains at the same level of brightness no matter how far they are from a light source. Blocks which are darkened also have a layer of thick black fog applied to them, appearing darker when looked at from further distances. This caused weird visual glitches. This early version of the game resembled creative mode in a very basic form. Players couldn't fly, place or remove blocks, and there was no inventory system. RD132211 is the first publicly released pre-classic version of Minecraft, created on May 13, 2009 at 2011 UTC. It is the earliest one available in the Minecraft launcher, though the copy provided there is a recompiled version from the source code, with dates adjusted to May 13, 2009. As a result, it is not the original build, but a close recreation. The world generated as a large, flat parallelepiped measuring 256 by 42 by 256 blocks with a maximum height of y64. The terrain is entirely made of cobblestone up to y41, with a grass layer at y42 and the upper part being empty. In this version, world generation saw improvements compared to the earlier cave game tech test, transitioning from a chaotic, random layout to a more organized, flat landscape. A new mechanic was introduced: block placement and destruction. Left-clicking places blocks, while right-clicking destroys them. Players can place blocks beyond the existing world borders, but can place them in the space they currently occupy. A flashing white overlay highlights the block that the player is targeting with the mouse. Its types were handled based on their location in the world. Blocks at the same level as grass will turn into grass blocks, while at the level of cobblestone or air will turn into cobblestone. Saving was possible by pressing enter or when closing the game. The saved data was stored in a single level .dat file in the launcher folder, rather than the more complex save structure of later versions. Holding R will cause the player to cycle to respawn locations above the world until the key was released. In case you were curious about the naming conventions of these versions, RD stands for Rubidang, and the numbers represent the time of release in date, hours, and seconds. RD132328 is a pre-classic version made on May 13, 2009 at 21:28 UTC. This version is also available in the Minecraft launcher, though like other early versions, the copy is recompiled. This version is notable for the introduction of the game's first mob, which had very basic behavior. These entities will run randomly around the map without any proper AI or movement animations. 100 of them spawn at random positions when a world is generated or loaded. The mobs do not save into the level.dat file. As a result, they despawn when the world is closed, and new ones spawn in when it is reopened. These mobs were used from Zombie Town, a previously abandoned project by Notch, which was a GTA Chinatown Wars style game. In the game's code, they are referred to as zombies. RD2009-0515 is a pre-classic version made on May 15, 2009, around 22:25 UTC. Though it was never officially released, this version was featured in the Minecraft Progress video. Interestingly, the same title version in the Minecraft launcher actually downloads RD161348, which will be discussed later. At this point in development, the game underwent a name change, evolving from Cave Game to Minecraft Order of the Stone. This version introduced several new features and improvements. The terrain was no longer flat, unless an older level.dat file was loaded. A thin layer of fog became visible in the distance on lit surfaces, adding depth to the visual experience. Loading worlds from earlier versions converted all blocks to stone, now featuring a new texture with the old one modified for cobblestone. Three blocks were added. Dirt. Generated from grass blocks, dirt transforms back into grass when adjacent to another grass block. Grass block featured brighter top textures with side and bottom textures, making them more visually distinct. Grass will revert to dirt without light, or when covered by another block. Remove the ability to place grass blocks legitimately. Cobblestone. The previous stone texture was repurposed for this block with slight modifications. Planks. A new block resembling wood was introduced. The currently selected building block was now displayed in the top right corner of the screen. Block selection could be made using the number keys 1 to 4. Human mobs could be spawned by pressing the G key, and their spawn rate was reduced from 100 to 10. Mobs falling below Y level -100 were removed from the world, and they appeared darker in shaded areas. Player physics were updated, allowing for longer jumps, faster walking, and quicker falls. Movement slowed while in midair, adding more realism to player control. A thin crosshair was introduced. Full screen mode was available. Shadows were brightened, improving visibility and aesthetics. RD 160052 is a pre-classic version made on May 15, 2009 at 22:52 UTC. This version is available in the launcher, although it has been recompiled too. The name was officially changed from Minecraft Order of the Stone to simply Minecraft, marking the point at which the iconic name was solidified. Additionally, it has been altered to run in full screen mode by default. A new feature was introduced, where breaking blocks will produce block particle entities. These particles fall to the ground before disappearing, adding a subtle visual effect when interacting with the environment. RD 161348 is a pre-classic version of Minecraft created on May 16, 2009 at 11:48 UTC. While a version titled the same is available in the Minecraft launcher, it is not the original 2009 version. Instead, it has been recompiled and contains assets from later versions, including the terrain.png from classic version 0.0.13a and signature files from 2013. This version is duplicated in the launcher. As I said earlier, attempting to play RD 2009-0515 will instead download this version. The launcher variant of this version uses textures from later ones. Pressing the 6 key will select the sapling. Notably, it was not assigned to 5, as Nachi disliked the sapling texture and tried to hide it. The texture for wood planks was changed in this version. Cliffs are now much more common in world generation, adding more diversity to the landscape. Objects in the distance now appear slightly darker, enhancing depth perception. Particles now track the player's location more accurately. For example, when the player looks up, they will see the entire particle rather than just a portion of its side. The crosshair has been made thicker. The block preview in the top right corner of the screen has been flipped for a minor visual adjustment. A version of Pre-Classic was released on May 16, 2009 at 16:07 UTC, referred to by Notch as Minecraft Alpha. And no, it is not the alpha you are thinking about. This was the first version of Minecraft released for private testing. MC161616 was released on May 16, 2009 at 16:16 UTC, which made changes to mouse movement and fixed bugs. The mouse looking code changed, pressing Y swaps the Y axis. This version was released on May 16, 2009 at 16:25 UTC, which fixed some bugs. MC161648 is a pre-classic version of Minecraft released on May 16, 2009 at 16:48 UTC, which fixes mouse look issues. It was the last unnumbered version of early Minecraft, as a version number was added from the next update, 0.0.2a. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, share it with your friends. To my left is a very important element that we will talk about in the next episode. Without them, nothing will be possible to do. The trees.